Number 7. All right. This is a problem that was either factoring or for some classes it was equal to 0 and you had to solve it. It's essentially the same problem because to solve this you have to factor it. So I look and see how many terms there are. I've got 1, that minus separates the next term, 2 minus 3 plus. Remember, terms are separated by addition and subtraction without, that is not inside of a parentheses. That's not part of a whole factor. So I've got 4 terms to factor, and the only technique I have for that is to factor them 2 by 2. Remember I said like Noah's Ark. So we're going to take the first 2 terms and we're going to factor them. And that's, I'm going to look for a greatest common factor, and 2 goes into it, and x squared is shared by both of them. When you take them out, you get, ooh, you don't get 2 there, you just get an x, right? 2x squared times x is 2x cubed minus 3. Right? This times this is that, this times this is that. So now let's do the other 2. And what's common? A 7. Hang on. 7. Let's take out a negative 7. So I get a positive x. Negative 7 times x minus 3. Now if I distribute that, do I get negative 7x? Yes. Do I get positive 21? Negative 7 times negative 3 is positive 21. Let's make that equal to 0. Okay, now am I done? Well, factored has to be written as a product. It can't be any addition of or subtraction of terms. This multiplication is okay because it's inside parentheses. This multiplication is also inside a parentheses, so it's okay. This one is not. So, I've got 2 terms. This one's 2x squared times the quantity x minus 3. This one's negative 7 times the quantity x minus 3. Oh, they've both got the x minus 3 in. If I take the x minus 3 out of the first one, I'm left with a 2x squared. And if I take the x minus 3 out of the second one, I'm left with minus 7. So that's factored, and you can check that by multiplying it all out and being sure that you get back to what you originally had. Now, if your problem had been an equals 0, then what's left is you need to say x minus 3 equals 0, so x is 3, or 2x squared minus 7 equals 0, so 2x squared equals 7, so x squared is 7 halves. X is plus or minus the square root of 7 halves. And if they didn't ask you to simplify the radical, don't do it, because you might make a mistake.